Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. You're watching us live on Pakistan TV from our Islamabad studios. A lot to talk about when it comes to cricket. First of all, the T20 World Cup qualifiers, with Namibia and Zimbabwe becoming the latest sides to qualify for the T20 tournament that takes place next year, 2026, of course, when the T20 trophy is on offer. Now, there's a lot to talk about when we talk about these teams who've had a terrific run in the African qualifiers, and then elsewhere we already know in the European qualifiers, Italy had made it through. So, I mean, Ireland, New Zealand, Pakistan, Italy, Zimbabwe, Namibia now, Australia, India, Sri Lanka already in there as well. There's, a lot of teams that will be eyeing the T20 crown as well. Of course, Bangladesh, Afghanistan in there as well. And then we talk about the United States of America, who also make up for the T20 World Cup. So I think still 2 spots on offer, and whoever gets a spot as a wildcard entry in the T20 World Cup is surely going to enjoy their game. Then we move on and we talk about the ICC Women's World Cup, where it's just been embarrassing for Pakistan women's team. They've lost at the hands of Bangladesh, and it was very disappointing. But when you talk about the game today, it was England taking on South Africa, and the way England have bowled, my goodness, what a performance with the ball from England, especially with left arm spin coming into play. They absolutely rattled the South African batting order, and I think they proved to us why they're one of the potentials that are being tipped to be one of the favourites for this year's ODI World Cup as well. But elsewhere, Pakistan's performance has just been disappointing at the hands of Bangladesh. So we talk about that as well in detail. Then, of course, we move on and we give you some more updates from the world of sports. And like I said, that, World Cup will be a feature throughout, but Pakistan really have got to up their ante, up their game. If you look at some of the stats as well, they do tell us that Pakistan have not been that successful. If you talk about the last 28 games, Pakistan has lost majority of them. But then we talk about the 4th edition of the Chief of Naval Staff Hockey Tournament. This continues in Lahore. The semi-finals are now in place, so we'll be talking about the semi-finals of the 4th CNS Hockey Tournament, and the semi-finals are scheduled for today, and within this week we'll be having the finals. And of course, Navy is taking on Pakistan Air Force in the semi-final, while Amadi Energies faces Pakistan Customs in the other semi-final. So the top 4 are certainly there. Who makes it to the final and who will be crowned the champion of the 4th Chief of Naval Staff Hockey Tournament, only time will tell. So we're going to give you all the details regarding this 4th edition of the Chief of Naval Staff Hockey Tournament that continues in spectacular fashion in Lahore. Then we move on and we tell you that FIFA has officially unveiled the football for the upcoming Football World Cup. It's now been official. It's been unveiled. The pictures are out. They've called it Trionda. So the Trionda ball is now, there for the public to see. And I just think that with the World Cup year, with each passing day, excitement is gripping even more when it comes to football. So we got to talk about that in detail as well and give you all the updates of Trionda, which is now the new name of the new football for the FIFA World Cup. That's what we're talking about in detail. Of course, we're going to start off our segment with cricket, and like I said, the T20 World Cup qualifiers are something that we will be talking about in detail as well. And I think as far as 2 spots are up for grabs, it's going to be very, very interesting. To discuss this further, we've now been joined on Sports Extra by senior sports journalist and expert Syed Haider. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to Sports Extra. How are you?
Thank you very much, Ahmed. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well. Haider Saab, what would you like to add? I mean, Namibia and Zimbabwe have surely made it through. But, we've got to explore some debut teams that are coming as well, especially Italy is talk of the town making it through the European qualifiers. Haider Saab, can you hear me? Right, we're having trouble. We're going to try to get back to Syed Haider, but like I said, I'll just highlight the teams for you that have qualified so far, and it's very, very interesting. Like I said, Europe makes for a lot of those teams as well, but so far we've got Pakistan. Of course, we had to qualify, shouldn't we? But we've got some more teams that we will be talking about as well. England, USA are in there as well. USA, of course, had a spectacular run. They beat us in the last T20 World Cup in the group stages to qualify. Sri Lanka being the co-host as well. So India, Sri Lanka as the host. Via T20 rankings, we've got Ireland, New Zealand and Pakistan. Via last World Cup, we've got Afghanistan, Australia, Bangladesh, England, South Africa, USA, West Indies. And the regional qualifiers give us Canada, Italy, Netherlands, Namibia, Zimbabwe. 3 spots that are yet to be decided. East Asia Pacific qualifier. All 3 of the spots are up for grabs. That will be there as well. Yes, sir. Haider, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Ahmed. Can you hear me out?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What would you like to highlight about the upcoming T20 World Cup? A lot of inclusivity now, but teams like Namibia and Zimbabwe are the latest to qualify. But before that, we're seeing Canada once again, and especially Italy making a debut in the World Cup.
Yes, it's a good news for the European qualifiers that Italy is making T20 World Cup. If we take a view of the teams in the T20 World Cup, like a Juma Bazar, so much teams in the T20 World Cup. Anyway, it's a good for the cricket that the cricket is increasing everywhere, and in Europe especially, there the cricket facility is not like that in Asia or in England. So it's a good turn for the Italy and Namibia and USA. USA, they have beaten Pakistan in the last T20 World Cup. So it will be a very interesting move from the ICC that so much teams in the T20, and it will be, I think, it can be a problem for the major teams like Pakistan or other teams, that the small teams, because it is always hectic and some confusion when you are going to play against small teams. Then you are losing your concentration or your actual attention. So therefore, it will be interesting and also very good move for the cricket in other countries which are not playing the Test cricket, and by which they can get some promotion, some progress in the cricket there, and the people who are living there, they will take some knowledge about the cricket, because most of the European countries, the players, they are not from the European countries, they are from Asian countries or England or South Africa. So it will be a good addition of cricket in those countries where the Test cricket is not being played.
Well, Sir Haider, what would you like to tell us a bit of insight about the Italians who are making their debut, and especially cricket in Europe? A lot of people are not familiar, but you've been at the helm of affairs for Cricket Germany as well, and of course you have a lot of knowledge about how cricket is progressing in Europe, because it's a very football-dominated society. How would you say cricket is now reaching parts of Europe that have not been exposed to cricket before?
Yeah, absolutely true. That the football is the first game here in European countries, all over the Europe. Football is dominating all the sports, not only the cricket, but cricket is still a favorite game of the people who have been migrated from Pakistan or India or Sri Lanka or South Africa or other countries. They want to play cricket, and they have system structure in Germany, also in Italy, in Denmark, in Netherlands. These countries, they have a structure where the clubs, they are playing. Almost 200 clubs are in Germany, and about 120 or 30 clubs, they are in Italy. So the cricket is available, but
Right, definitely. I think we do believe that, cricket is becoming more popular each passing day. And I think with European countries now stepping in, it's all about inclusivity. And the International Cricket Council itself has also time and time again said that cricket needs to now stretch further to regions that are already dominating cricket as well. We've seen a lot of it in South Asia. We've talked about the subcontinent as well, where it dominates. We talk about Asia. Then we can talk about England, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, who've had a long history of cricket that we talk about as well. And I think particularly the fact is that now with it spreading to teams like Nepal, who I think are a fantastic upcoming cricketing nation. They're really talented, and they're providing the results as well. They just beat West Indies in a series as well. We've got the UAE that are slowly making amends, especially if you talk about the Gulf countries, Oman in their stepping up. Saudi Arabia has began establishing a cricket structure as well. They've signed a couple of MOUs that now they believe are going to help them establish cricket in Saudi Arabia. Then we can talk about Europe. Like we already mentioned, the Italians are making their debut in the T20 World Cup. And when we talk about more European countries, I think you'll be surprised that Eastern European countries are also very popular now with cricket. You talk about Romania, you talk about Turkey now as well, who's part of the cricketing circuit. And then, of course, we move on and we talk about countries like the Netherlands, who have already enjoyed a World Cup stint. We can talk about Scotland, Ireland, who are professional cricketing nations since quite some time now. And then we can talk about the fact, like I already mentioned, Germany's got a fantastic structure of cricket that is slowly building up. And I do believe that, with a lot of youngsters coming up, there are a lot of opportunities that we see for upcoming cricketing nations in the world. But T20 becomes that format, and I think more focus is going to go into the Olympics now, where cricket will be debuting for the very first time. That makes it an Olympic sport. That means more nations now will be eyeing for cricket glory and for Olympic gold as well. So I think that makes it even more special. We're probably going to go towards a short break, but when we come back, we're going to be discussing some more details as well. But like I said, that, the fact remains that Europe has just been a fantastic upcoming destination for sports, particularly cricket, and I think slowly and gradually things are improving. But now, of course, we're going to take your focus to women's cricket, and we talk about the Women's World Cup. Firstly, England beating South Africa by 10 wickets, a modest target that they chased down, but I think they were all over the place, South Africa. Sir Haider, what would you like to highlight about England today? Their bowling was just out of this world.
Absolutely, England, they have bowled very well. The surface of Sri Lanka, they are helping the spinners, and England spinner, they have bowled very well. And South Africa is definitely, they don't have like standard England, and they are not in a range of the England. And England, they are favorite for winning the World Cup, and along with Australia and India. But anyway, in the cricket, whenever you are playing, it's not a matter of against which team you are playing. If you are playing, and then you have to give 100% performance. And today we have seen that England women's cricketers, they have showed a very good discipline in the bowling and fielding, and they have showed that they are the hot candidate for winning the World Cup.
Well, so what do you think went wrong with South Africa? They're a quality side. They've got the experience of Laura Wolfhard, their skipper, their Mirza and Cap as well. Both of them have played more than 100 matches as well each. What went wrong really for South Africa? Because I expected more of a competition from them.
Yes, it should be, but adjustment with the pitches, it's very important. South Africans, they are playing on the pitches where they are not spin-friendly pitches, so therefore they haven't got the runs against England. And England cricketers, they are playing regularly club cricket. That is a big point there. Except Australia, England, there is no country who have the regular women's club cricket. That is the major difference between South Africa and England. They had a very good practice. They have adjusted there with the pitches in Sri Lanka. The surface was, they knew that the surface is friendly for the spin bowling. So especially they have bowled slow bowled. That is the point in Sri Lanka. If you are bowling, you are giving more loop in your spin bowling, then you have more chances to get the wickets quickly. So South Africa, big difference that they are still more familiar with the situation and the pitch adjustment. So therefore, England, they are regular, they are professionals, they know how to adjust with these pitches.
Well, certainly. Thank you very much, Sir Haider, for joining us on Sports Extra. We now go towards a short break, but when we come back, we're going to discuss the World Cup further and especially analyze the Pakistan women's team's performance, which has been a touch disappointing. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and now of course we discuss Pakistan's performance in the ICC Women's World Cup. In their opening campaign, they lost one-sided to Bangladesh. I think it was plain simple. They had nothing in the game. We really expected more from them, but the opening spell from Marufa Akhtar, 20-year-old Bangladeshi fast bowler, just proved too much for them, and I think they had no chance in the game as well. They were trying their best to play out the whole overs, but I think 130-40 score in modern-day women's cricket is surely not enough. And the way Bangladesh responded even after losing 2 wickets, I think that was just phenomenal to see, and they'll cherish this victory. This is a round-robin stage. You've got to play every side, and to make it through to the next stage, which is the semi-finals, you've got to end up in the top 4. That means that every game is going to be important. To discuss this further, now we've been joined on Sports Extra by someone who has more than 45 years of experience as a sports journalist. His career spans all the way that started in the 1980s. He's one of the sane and senior voices when it comes to sports in Pakistan, and especially a knowledge bank of both domestic and international sports. We're very honored to be joined by the legend himself, Sir Mirza Iqbal Baig. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Good afternoon and welcome to Pakistan TV.
Walaikum Assalam, Ahmed. Thank you so much for your kind introduction, but you added 10 years more because I don't have the 45 years experience. I have 35, 36 years experience.
Sir, I've included the 10 years when you were in university as well. We know that you were already
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Right, sir, we have to discuss this a bit critically now because we've been very vocal on the men's cricket performance, but not much focus has been given to women's cricket from our part as sports presenters as well. But what would you say, sir? Because I think yesterday was really disappointing for Pakistani cricket fans.
Yeah, it was really disappointing, but Pakistani cricket fans are eagerly waiting for Sunday when they'll meet their arch rival India at Colombo in another match and in another, you can say, league match. But Pakistan Cricket Board is providing all the facilities to women cricket team. They are arranging camps, they are having tournaments, each and everything, and they are trying to groom the talent. But it's unfortunate that Pakistan team didn't come up to the expectations in the last World Cup. They were very disappointing, and this time too, 129 against Bangladesh. I was just wondering that what will they do against India, because there are some very strong team in this ICC Women 50 Overs World Cup, like Australia, England, South Africa, India. So it will be quite difficult for Pakistan to actually cope with this and to, and as you were mentioning, to actually go on to the top four teams of this points table. But really, it's disappointing. There are so many changes in Pakistan squad, so many players coming in, coming out, and Captain Fatma Sana is leading from the front. But the other players, they didn't come up to the expectations, and it's really very disappointing performance from them.
Iqbal Sab, we've seen the evolution of women's cricket now. How would you rate this evolution? Because now power totals have gone beyond 250 even. We're seeing scores of close to 300 now being very common in women's cricket.
You are right, but I'll take you back when Shaiza Khan and Sharmeen Khan, they were two sisters who started women cricket in 90s. And in those days, it was very difficult for them to actually keep playing because they were actually threatened by the people that if you organize a cricket match, radical people, if you organize a cricket match, then will actually sabotage that cricket match. But despite that, they tried their effort. But when Pakistan took Pakistan women cricket into their fold, then they started to actually groom them. They started to finance them, to give them all the facilities. But what has happened with them? I don't know what is the problem with them, because Mohammad Wasim, who has been the chief selector of Pakistan's senior cricket team, is now attached with them as the head coach of Pakistan women cricket team, and they are working very hard. Despite their hard work, Pakistan is not coming up to the mark. You are quite right, Ahmed, that 250, 260 is the score with the other team's score. But our team, our batting lineup, our bowling, they are not up to the mark. So we'll have to work very, very hard to come up with those teams of like India, Australia, and New Zealand, England, etc.
Well, Iqbal Sab, do you believe that individualism is also a problem now in women's cricket? For far too long, the skipper has been the only center of attention. In the past, we've seen Bisma Maroof. Now we're seeing that with Fatma Sana. Although we've got fantastic players, I think Sidra Iqbal, Sidra Amin, Nashra Sandhu, all of them are brilliant players. But unfortunately, we've not been able to create role models.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. You forgot Nida Dar. She was brilliant with the bat and with the ball, and she captained Pakistan. But they wanted to actually bring some young talent into Pakistan women cricket team, and they are just revolving around Fatma Sana. She's the skipper. So they'll have to think about it, because each and every facility, there were so many tours for the Pakistan women cricket team to actually enhance the standard of their game. But unfortunately, they are not actually giving 100%. So it's really surprising for the Pakistan Cricket Board also, because they're investing a lot of money on them, but they're not giving them the result.
Iqbal Sab, what is the way forward? Because you have been one of the few people who have been very close with domestic cricket, and they've covered domestic cricket on the men's side now. We've always talked about grassroots level cricket. What is the way forward for women's cricket? Because we know we have the talent, we know there are numbers, although not that much. But how can we improve the structures for women cricket?
I think they'll have to organize many tournaments and not only the camps, because they are concentrating on the camps that I don't know what is the result of those camps. They'll have to play the matches so that they can gain the experience. So on Pakistan level, they'll have to organize the tournaments in which their new talent should come and in which there should be competitive cricket at that level. Otherwise, I think just organizing the camps, I don't think that it will give them the result.
Well, certainly, but still a long tournament to go, Iqbal Sab. I think we're still hopeful that they can make a comeback.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. But for the last 3 Sundays, we were actually playing against India's men team. And now this Sunday, we are going to play against India's women team. So let's hope that the motivational level is quite high when we go to play against India. So let's hope that these girls, although they were demoralized by the defeat at the hands of Bangladesh, who beat them by 7 wickets. So let's hope that they perform well. At least they should fight. In the last match, they didn't fight. In 32nd over, Bangladesh achieved the target, and Pakistan were bundled out for just 129. So they'll have to fight against India, and the teams in this league tournament are very strong, and each and every match is actually a testing time for the Pakistan women cricketers.
Well, certainly. Finally, Iqbal Sab, I must ask you, although this is a bit off topic, but the PCB recently had put all NOCs for leagues on hold. At the same time, the schedule of the Qaid-e-Azam Trophy was also announced. What is your take on this entire scenario, sir?
Actually, we are playing with the schedule of Qaid-e-Azam Trophy. Firstly, PCB said that we are going to just two teams will be elevated, and now they have actually got 4 teams in Qaid-e-Azam Trophy's first-class tournament, which is very astonishing because they didn't tell the regions, the teams, the Karachi City Cricket Association, etc., that next time we are going to just get 2 teams in the first class tournament. So, which is very surprising. Every time, Ahmed, the domestic structure changes, which affects the performance of the player. And in domestic cricket, our stars don't appear. That is the main problem because most of the cricketers who are representing Pakistan, they come from T20 cricket and they don't play the longer version of cricket. And about the NOCs, I think that Pakistan Cricket Board initially they actually allowed them, and that's why in the Big Bash League, Naseem Shah, Shine Shah, Afridi, Rizwan, and Babar, they were actually taken by the teams. But now there is a problem. If such type of things continue, then the other leagues of the world they won't be able to take Pakistani cricketers. Just take the example of D100. In D100, Pakistan Cricket Board didn't issue them the NOC, and so this year there weren't many Pakistani cricketers in D100. And look at ILT20. ILT20 in the auction, only 3 Pakistani players were selected: Fakhar Zaman, Naseem Shah, and Hassan Nawaz. And Fakhar Zaman was sold for just base price of $80,000, while West Indian opener Andre Fletcher was sold for 2 lakhs and $80,000. Like Hassan Nawaz was sold on base price of $40,000. So that team owners are reluctant to take Pakistani cricketers because they think that at the last moment, if Pakistan Cricket Board don't give them the NOC, then they'll be in trouble. So that's why they are avoiding to take Pakistani cricketers.
Certainly. Thank you very much, Mirza Iqbal Baig Saab, for joining us here on Sports Extra, sir. It was a pleasure having you on the show. Right, that was senior sports journalist Mirza Iqbal Baig talking to us here on Sports Extra, highlighting his analysis as well. And now before we go, we've got to give you an update on the Chief of Naval Staff Hockey Tournament, which continues in spectacular fashion in Lahore. This is the 4th edition of the CNS Hockey Tournament, and we're now into the semi-finals. When we talk about the semi-finals, we've got Pakistan Navy that is facing Pakistan Air Force today. And of course, in the second semi-final, we've got Mahdi Energies, which are taking on Pakistan Customs on Saturday. The third place playoff is also taking place prior to the final. All in all, I think a fantastic tournament is coming towards a conclusion as well. And obviously, it's the 4th edition of the Chief of Naval Staff Hockey Tournament. Whoever will be crowned champions a few days more and will know the results as well. That's all we have time for from this edition of Sports Extra. From me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.